OORT Online is basically a game where you can. It's an MMO. It's an online voxel-based MMO sandbox game, and we've got players, other players. Obviously, when we talk about MMO, there's other players, but we also have multiple worlds. So there's a lot of features I'm going to talk about, but I think probably we'll start there. This world that I'm currently in, if I hit tab, it says it's Rux, I guess, Ruchs. So in this world, we've got, but I'm very excited about the future of this game. They've got a lot of cool stuff lined up. I'm also going to have a link down in the description for more information about the game, so you guys can check that out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to jump in here. So almost 3 years ago, I played this game back when it was called OORT Online. I think that stood for something, but I actually don't recall offhand. The game really didn't have many features, but it had a lot of features that would be coming in the future. And now 3 years later, a lot of these features are in, not everything, still in development, but a lot is here, a lot has changed. I've played it the last few days, been having a good time, and I thought I would bring you in here just to give you an idea of what's going on in the game, and also to maybe get some feedback on the idea of potentially bringing more videos of this game to the channel. So let me know if that sounds interesting to you. But basically, I am here. This is where you start. This is the world that I'm on right now. And to give you the quick basics of it, you're going to come up here and you end up grabbing some tools, including this one I'm holding in my right hand. We can kind of switch things around, but here we go. We've got this totem, and you kind of choose where you would like to go in the world, and that's where you go. You can build and gather and do anything you want to kind of do there. And we're going to go to my place right now, which I believe is not that star. Okay. So I've got, you can see these orange flags here, the desert and Hamlet. What did I call it? Hamlet with portal to Redwoods. So this has a portal in this area that goes to Redwoods, which is over here, Redwood. These are two areas I've flagged on the world. Anywhere you kind of go, you can save it as a location, and then you can warp there. And then my location has not rolled around yet. It's also an orange star, but it's like Weem's home or something along those lines. But you can see my home through this portal. Now this is one of the cool things about this game. You can have these warps, you can warp around on the world, and you can also portal to other worlds. So there's multiple worlds, different kinds of worlds and everything. Even on this world there's different biomes. It's pretty cool. So anyway, I thought I would kind of show you my place, which is really nothing. You can see through here I've just got a couple things on the ground. But let's just go ahead and step through here. It looks like it's snowing in my area. So there you go. It's as simple as that. We've now walked out here. It's a one-way warp in that sense. You can make portals that you can walk back and forth between, though. I just don't have that right now. So I've got really simple stuff right now. I've got a crafting table here. I've got this fire pit. I actually don't know what to do with the fire pit. I made it, so it's there. I do have a fireplace. You can see this was like the location, Weem's Landing, I called it. And then I've got a beacon. This you use to actually claim land around you. Now, the cool thing is the land actually will kind of reclaim itself. I actually had a cave dug down here, a little pathway. It was actually, I think, right here, went down, and then it went down to the right, and I gathered some stone and stuff like that. But after 8 hours, the world kind of refreshes in areas where there's no player activity unless you've claimed it. So I have this beacon here, which actually claims like a little square area. I think these torches actually indicated 2 corners, and then another corner was here. So the other one would be over here. You can see it's not that big of an area. So I did have this area claimed. And I think we can interact with this and see, you can see it's currently fueled for 2 days, 9 hours. And you can just kind of feed things into here, different items and stuff to add to that. But obviously it wasn't enough to save my cave. This world is pretty big. I actually ran a good distance on it before I found this particular place that had portals set up, which allowed me to hop from their place to another place on this world. And I've seen some really cool setups by people, really interesting stuff that you can kind of wander around, and they had some doors locked, but they had some stuff open. It was kind of cool to explore that. Now here we actually have an entire another planet that we could jump to if we gathered the right materials and learned the right skills and everything. We could actually make portals to go there. I'm pretty early to the game right now. I have only I think I'll just have a few hours in, just kind of learning the basics. I should say relearning, because a lot of the stuff wasn't even here, but just kind of learning the basics of the game and everything. And I still have a lot to learn, but let me walk you through some really quick stuff. So there was an update, I think about a week ago, that added like progression and skills. And I don't know if they were there in some sense and they just got added to, or if it wasn't there at all and now it is. But let me hit escape here. This is our character here. And we can actually go into character, and we can see all these different attributes and numbers, related to our character. But we can hop over to skills here, and you can see I have no skill points available. And we've got this core, and I've learned 3 of 5 right now. And you can see some of these actually have requirements that, this, in order for me to buy any attributes, look at all these. This is basically dexterity, leveling that up, and a lot of different things here you can do. But before I can do anything here, I've got to learn 4 skills before it. So that means I need to pick one more of these. So you can see we did basic crafting. I did compass, which unlocks the compass that's up top when we're not in this view. Sprint, so I can actually sprint. And now I could do scanner once I level up again and get some points. I could do scanner here to reveal more information about things around me, or creep. Now once I do that, I will have 4 of the 5 here, which means that when I get my 5th one, I could put something in here, the last one, or I could actually start on an attribute in here. And then once I spend 2, so that I have 6 spent, then I can go into item crafting on down the line. You can see there's all kinds of stuff here. It's kind of crazy, actually. Lots of progression, which is cool. And there's a lot to do and a lot of work towards here. So anyway, you can see I'm level 4. We're getting close to level 5, and you get XP by gathering materials and building, exploring, things like that. So pretty cool stuff. We actually, I saw a creature that was somewhat nearby. I think I saw it referred to as a road runner. I think that's that right over there. So you can see somebody has a place set up right here. We're going to kind of run right by it. Now this is a, as they describe it, an epic voxel, sandbox MMO. So you've got, obviously, just based on what I've told you so far, you probably have a really good idea of what's going on in this game. Really big world, you wander around, do what you want, build what you want, you craft, you make structures, all kinds of stuff. You can work together to create communities, share, land and resources, all of that stuff. So anyway, you probably have, as I said, the gist of it. So there you go. You got this roadrunner. So he's popped up and is now running away from me. I've actually killed one of those, but I had to chase them into a corner, essentially. And they actually do provide a rare resource that we actually do want. And I don't have it on me. I guess that's probably because I left it on the workbench. Let's actually run back there. Okay, so we're going to walk up to the workbench here and take a peek. Now again, I'm kind of bringing you here to kind of give you an idea of what the game is about, and also to gauge your interest on seeing more. But I'm going to try and show you some things like crafting and the portal stuff, so that you have an idea of how those things work, because that's some of the stuff I like to know about a new game I'm kind of getting into, especially these kind of games. I'm like, show me the crafting, show me how transportation works, things like that. So anyway, when it comes to the crafting, we've got an inventory here. This is my inventory I'm carrying. We have inventory in the crafting table, which you have to have them in here in order to craft things. So once they're in here, you can see that we have 4 recipes. There's 4 things we can make based on what's in here. Nothing's been queued. I can actually click here and you can see here's the things we can make based on what's in there. And then here's things we can make in the workbench that we don't have the resources for in the workbench. So get all kinds of different things, including tools and everything. I'll show you what I have tools wise, and then we have warp conduit, which is used for warps. So let's see, we're going to jump back out here and let me bring this up, and this is going to disappear. Let me see if I can just hold Q. It looks like you can. So I'm holding Q, and you can see we have left and right hands, and then you've got these 8 blocks to kind of place items in. So on the right, you can see the R, it's pointing to my totem, which is in my right hand, and on the left side, there's nothing there, so there's nothing there. If I actually rotate this one, you can see on my left hand, I have the stone heavy hammer, and on the right side, I have the light cube. This is actually kind of a cool thing. When it's a lot darker, it's easier to tell, but I can right click, it rattles, and it lights up the area around me, and it slowly dims. So you like right click it again, you shake it, and it lights up things again. It's kind of a cool thing. If I rotate again, on the left side we've got the stone sling bow, so I can kind of fire that. I took out a roadrunner with this thing, but again had to trap him a bit. Or I can right click, and chop wood. So this tree and others near me were actually chopped down, but everything is reset since there's been, according to the server, no player activity anywhere in this area the last, well, 8 hours at least. I don't think I've been here for the last day or two. So anyway, we can sit here and gather up, you know, all the wood that we want, you know, we could dig underground, you know, caves. I've done that. Again, I had a cave down there that went down, and I got stone and some copper and some other things. But, you know, I'm remembering, I brought you over here to show you this resource. This is the rough OORT stone, I guess we could call it. You can see the OORT stone. And this is used to power different things, like the portals. And I believe this is me again, kind of new to a lot of the new features. There's the portals and a number of things that you use, like workbenches, are powered. Like you power them by feeding them kind of resources into a source. And I'm forgetting what that's called right now. There's kind of a power source. And a lot of the stuff is created with these things. Let me actually jump into the queue here, or the recipes, and I'm going to jump down here. I should have shown you just while I was in here. But we've got the warp conduits. So to make a portal with this, in the simplest kind of form, we would just want like 2 of these. You can see it takes any trunk and any rock, and you can see the required number and available. So we could actually kind of jump in there and make sure that we've got in there what we need. But we actually have 2 warp conduits right now. So I'm going to actually grab these and put these down here. And I've got those in my left hand now. We're just going to place these. I'm going to make them like a doorway here. So there's those 2 right there. And so this allows us to basically open up, you know, a portal somewhere. We can interact with this, and we can decide where we want to go based on anything we've saved. Now, the interesting thing here is I can't go just anywhere in the world. It's got to be a place like I've run to. But you can actually have people give you a location. For example, if I run out here, and we're going to see if I remember this correctly. I'm messing around with this. If I run out here and hit escape, we can actually go to worlds, and then this is our current location. Current location is like wherever we're standing. So I can actually do this and save this location, and then we can give this a name, Weems Spot. We can confirm Weems Spot there. Now when I click it, I can actually craft a location marker, and it kind of zipped up there really quick. If I hit I, this location marker goes here. I can give this to somebody, and now they can actually use this, because it's got coordinates in it, to hop through a warp and step into this area here. So it's pretty cool how that works. Now we can actually go to here. I can interact with this, and I could take you to the desert, which is just, I ran out to the desert and I stood up on this plateau area, and I was like, let me save this location. And then I called this hamlet with a portal to Redwoods, I think because the player area was called Hamlet, and then they actually had a portal that went to the Redwoods place, so I just called it that. I'm going to actually go ahead and click this. Actually, you know what, we're going to double check something really quick, because I may not want to do this. If I go to Worlds, let's see if I can remember where to see this. Okay, I had to look around a little bit, I forgot. If I jump into my inventory, you can see I have 685 coin. As far as I know, you get these as you level, but that seems like an odd number. But anyway, we have 685 coin. We can actually hit this as I was about to show you the hamlet with a portal. It says the warp cost is 100, so we need 100 to get there, and then we would end up spending 100 to get back, so that's 200. I wanted to make sure before I did anything that I had 200. Last I looked, I had like 180 something. Apparently now I have 685, so that's not a problem. We're going to go ahead and open that, and basically it says opening warp to settled temperate world. It's going to go through its timer, or the bar here. I'm going to actually scroll to the hammer. There we go. It's done. It says break blocks to open, so we're going to hammer this a bit, and there we go. We have our portal there to this place that I saved, and we can actually look from the other side as well. And there you can actually see the structure. Let's just go ahead and step through here. So there you go. Our portal is now gone. Now that does mean I need to make 2 warp conduits while I'm over here in order to get back, but they require stone and wood. That's really not hard to get. So anyway, here we are, and this is actually the desert. I think up at the very top there is my actual location called the desert. We have this structure here that has been made by players, and this was the portal to the Redwood area. I'm actually going to step through here. So now we're in the Redwood area of the world, and I'm going to kind of walk over to this water here and show you what's up. Alrighty, well I'm standing on the roof of a structure just around the corner from where the portal is, looking down on this lake. And check this out. They've actually built this structure into the water. I actually went down and ran around, and there's different rooms and everything. It's really cool. This is water. You could see this kind of path that's like sunken down into this lake a bit, which you can walk around and get to the other structures around here. Very cool. I was here at night. They have lights all along the dock there, and this all gets reflected in the water. It looks really cool at night. But anyway, I wandered around here for a while checking it out, and it was very, very cool. And that's part of the reason why I saved these as locations, so I could hop back in here. I was like, you know, if I jump into a video, I'm going to want to show these guys some of the things you can do. They've got this really large structure here, but I'm going to actually jump back through a portal, which means I do have to go gather... actually, sorry, no. They do have the portal here. We step through here first. Let's go back here. Boop. So we're back here, back in the desert. From here, I'll need to make another portal to get back home, but you can see they've got this structure here. Very cool looking. I've wandered around that one. There's a cool structure over here. Everything's really well lit on the path. I mean, this is just some of the cool stuff you can make. Some of these structures look really good. I'm going to step down here. I don't know why these dirt blocks were here, but here's this building. We can't go in here. The door is locked. I was over here jumping and looking inside. And you can see they have different... you know, machines and stuff in there. I don't know what those do. I'm still, you know, learning things here. But anyway, very cool as far from an exploration standpoint. It's a lot of fun to go check out what other people are doing. Okay, before I leave, I thought I would run over here. Again, my location at the very top of this thing was what I was calling the desert. And you can see that they've dug into here a bit and done some stairs. I'm going to run up here and just kind of show you. They got a double door here. I'm pretty sure this was locked. Yeah, this is locked. They have beacon lights here. You can see this view down here. Now, one of the things I did just now turn off was the depth of field, which was blurring everything that we weren't focusing on. So now that's not happening. Of course, you can see we lose a lot of the textures. It gets kind of just smooth surface until you get closer, but that's okay. But you can see just how big this world is. You know, even from here, when I ran out to here, my place was far away. I ran for a while, and you can see there's another world there in the distance. That we could eventually get to if we wanted to. I'm going to actually run all the way up to the top of this thing. And another thing to note too is that while I can dig out some wood and dig out some stone to make the portal to get back home, I actually don't have to do that. One of the things you can do here is actually return to that beginning area. This is return to Sanctum. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And we're going to, it said warp error there for a second. We're going to sit here cross-legged and wait for this timer to go down. That's going to send us right back to the beginning. Okay, now that we returned here, I thought I would show you. Here, we can see my spot. Now, I actually thought it gave me a star, but it didn't. It's actually the blue dot there. You can see it says Weems Landing. And then there's an orange spot right next to it. That's Weems spot. So that represents that little area just stepped out to the side. And then you can see down here we have the desert. So this is the top of that hill. And then over here we have Hamlet with portal to the Redwoods. Now I'm seeing that this is actually called Veritas, so the description there may say it's a hamlet or something, and that's where I got the name. But anyway, that gives you an idea that basically I teleported over to here, and then once I was here in this area, Veritas was it? Yeah. Once I was there, they actually have the portal to the Redwoods, which took me all the way over to here. Then I teleported back to there, I ran up to the hill here, and then I actually went back to Sanctum, which is where we're at now. So anyway, it's kind of cool. Like that was a good jog. I remember jogging from here and ending up over here at the desert. That felt like a good run, and you can see the world is huge. It's really big. So anyway, it's pretty cool. I'm kind of thinking now, if I had known, I don't know why I picked that spot to spawn. I think because I clicked on somebody else's spot. I was like, oh, maybe I should just go near this one. And I realized later, well, that's just a campfire or somebody claimed or whatever. I really could have gone like anywhere, like maybe here between the water or something would have been cool. But anyway, live and learn. Next time, the game is going to update, as I said, this weekend, and they're going to allow you to make multiple characters and delete others, so we'll actually be able to start over. And so anyway, the next videos I do, if we end up doing more, I will actually start at the very beginning, which I think will be pretty exciting. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some insight into what Boundless is about. I'm going to have links in the description to the game site and more information and everything. They have a crafting site for the game as well, so you can kind of see some of the stuff that goes on there. Maybe learn a bit more about the core stuff, which obviously I need to do to kind of understand the power, how the power stuff works. But anyway, thanks for watching. As always, let me know if you'd like to see more. I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, I will catch you guys next time.